What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Against All...
Alright.
I'm rusty.
It'll be a good season.
Roll intro.
When you say, trust me, I got it, don't worry about it, that makes me more worried.
So this is season 2 of the Against All Odds podcast. I struggle with that title every single time.
I think we should have chosen a different one.
We should have chosen something very simple, like the podcast.
No, you'd still mess that one up.
Welcome to the podcast. So anyway, we're doing basically seasons for the podcast because our lives are really kind of hectic and we go all over the place. We did the first season pretty much in New Zealand, in our travels from New Zealand back here, and that was kind of like season 1. Mm-hmm. Season 2 will pretty much kind of encompass the entire off season, and then hopefully, if I sign a contract either in the USL or wherever, and we are together that next season, season 3 would then be the entire in season of wherever we are next.
Yeah, so basically we're like the Kardashians, and we have different seasons.
Oh,
and they're on like season... something crazy now, like 13.
Why'd you have to compare it to the Kardashians?
Because when you say season, it makes me feel like we are like
there's nothing
like
else.
show.
There's nothing else. No other shows you can think of.
That's just the first one that comes to mind.
That's where we're at. All right. But yeah, so this is season 2. There really isn't that much difference between the seasons. We'll be talking about like similar topics. We'll just be kind of like.
But
yeah.
One huge difference. It's all free.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's no more paid subscription plan. We're just kind of testing the waters with that, seeing how it was going to work. And there was some, we got a decent amount of paid subscriptions, but I just felt like we would do these really, really good podcasts I was really proud about. And then we would have like a handful of people listen to them.
Well, it was just a percentage of the people that would watch the free ones. It wasn't as many that would watch the paid ones. So we felt like... we were giving out all this great content, secrets and...
Yeah. And I was just like, you know what? I think they should...
like, more people need to hear this.
And I feel like if people are wanting to listen to us talk for 40 minutes, like, I feel like they shouldn't have to pay to do that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like that's just payment enough.
I felt bad charging even $5 a month to have someone listen to us talk. And I know if that provided value and you guys liked it, like, awesome. But I felt a little weird about it.
Yeah, no, I did too.
And especially being like I'm on YouTube and Instagram, so every single post I make, every single piece of content I make is free. It felt weird monetizing something, especially with this, when this pretty much requires the least amount of effort.
Yeah.
We just talk for 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, if anything should be monetized, it should be my YouTube channel. I spend hours and hours creating that stuff. But my favorite thing is having you guys watch the video, having you guys listen and getting your feedback. And by monetizing it, I just felt like I missed out on getting as much feedback and as much listeners as possible.
Yeah.
So you happy that we're not making as much money, but.
Yeah. No, I'm happy. I felt weird about it too, but that is the way that a lot of podcasts are set up. And that's the way that the platform was set up that we were using. Mm-hmm. So, we were kind of just following the trend, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But for us, it wasn't right.
Yeah. And I think there are podcasts that maybe do deserve to have like paid subscriptions.
Yeah.
But I feel like ours is very casual and it's just talking. So
yeah. And like most of my favorite ones I listen to are just on iTunes or Spotify. And, it's no hassle. You just listen. And,
yeah.
And we're going to have these on YouTube, which is even better because if you're at home or working out, you can watch it. Mm-hmm. If you're in the car, you can listen to it. So
yeah, because that's the thing. Some people listen to the podcast, like to listen to it on their phone when they're working out. Like for me, I like to listen to podcasts when I'm traveling, when I'm working out, stuff like that. So I could do that without needing to look at a screen and just listen for a long period of time. But then other people I know really like to actually see you talking and interacting and all that stuff. So, and they might put it up on the TV in the background. I've seen people like literally just throw it up, a podcast on their TV while they're cooking or doing something. So it's however you want to listen to it. But I'm stoked we're on iTunes.
Me too.
That's pretty exciting.
That's really cool.
I never thought I'd be on iTunes.
Me either.
And if I was on iTunes, I thought it'd be for my singing career.
Me too. I think it'd be for this.
But so maybe everybody knows what I've pretty much been up to over the last few weeks. I feel like everybody has followed along as I went over to Tulsa. And even though I was off YouTube, I've explained everything. So I don't want this to be a just update of stuff that people already know. But you're always more like behind the scenes. So what have you been up to since... since pretty much Portland.
September.
You just designed my sister's house. We talked about that in the very last podcast.
We did parts of her house, the main areas she was going to use. So we did her family room. And that was really fun. It's always scary when you are the one kind of not telling, but giving advice for someone to purchase kind of big items.
Yeah.
It's always scary, you know, when you're telling someone, you know, oh yeah, like this will look good. Like it's on you if it doesn't look good. So that's always kind of scary. And when I would do that with my job, you know, it was obviously like these huge amounts of money, but it was more indirect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're going through different people and different contractors and all this stuff. But when you're actually with someone and you're shopping with them, it's like, it's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
You know? Because like I don't even like making those decisions for myself. But when you're with someone else, it's almost kind of like, I mean, it's not really the same. But when you go into trials, you always just say to like fake confidence. Like, I feel like I kind of do that, and like not to scare your sister, but like, you know, when I'm with your mom and your sister in a store and they're like, okay, so here's our budget, you know, what should we get?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be sitting there and be like, I don't know, like, whatever you guys want to get, you know, like I have to be the one to say like, hey, this is what we're going to do. I, you know, give them my best advice and just pretend like I'm like all calm. But it's still scary. Like I'm still starting out.
Do you think faking confidence like that is, it like works, like it's a beneficial thing?
Yeah, and I think that's one of my like weird talents that I have, and it's almost a fault. It's been a fault multiple times.
Not that it's a fault, but that's you are very talented at having confidence.
Yeah, I fake confidence for everything. I don't know if I fake it. I just have confidence sometimes when I shouldn't.
I think on facts, you'll be like, that's what it is.
But not so much, yeah, facts, but you hate that. But more so like with actually like real life, like with doing things. Like there's been multiple examples in my life, but I think the funniest one is the boat one. Like when I was in high school, a few of us went up to this lake in Northern California, and we were with my friend's mom. She was kind of like the adult watching all of us, and it was about like, you know, 6 or 7 of us. And we were at this lake and we were renting a boat. And obviously, like, her mom didn't know how to drive a boat. So the guy we're renting the boat from, he's like, okay, does anyone here know how to drive a boat? And I just raised my hand. Like, I've never driven a boat before. It's probably not safe for me to drive a boat. But, like, even I was with guys and they were all, like, looking at each other like, no, I don't know how to drive a boat. And I'm just in the back like this, like, with my arm up for no reason. The guy's like, all right, you're responsible all weekend for the boat. And I'm like, okay. And I couldn't like take it back and be like, wait, no, I can't do that, you know? So the whole time I'm like, yeah, you just put it in here and you like pull that thing. Because I've seen people do it, so I wasn't completely stupid. And it worked out. Like I figured it all out, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that you are good at that.
And it's like, I think that's the same with the map thing that we were talking about too. How like whenever even when you are pretty much like 90% certain you know how to get somewhere, you still use a map.
Yeah.
And if I'm like 5% certain I need to go somewhere, I don't use a map because it's like faking confidence is like a prideful thing for me. And I even do it to myself. Like when I'm alone, I'm like, I don't need a map. I know how to get there. Yeah. You know? And then it just kind of like works out because I like...
Yeah. No, I think it's a good trait to have because I think that nobody is ever 100% confident, you know, all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely get me into trouble. Like, I could have crashed the boat, you know? And I get lost sometimes when I'm driving because I'm too stubborn to, like, admit that I don't know where to go. But I think overall it does help. And, like, you always say with the trials, like, people are always like, how are you so confident? And it's like, you can't go in there to a team and like, be, like, cowering in a corner. Like, you have to go out there and be like, I know how to do this. I've done this before. You
literally, exactly. It's all body language. And you put on the body language like you're almost Neymar, you know, and you don't have to be that much, but just take elements of it where you're, you know, calm, cool, collected. The ball's coming at you and you're not like freaking out. You have to make that conscious effort of like, I even tell myself, relax.
Yeah.
Because the more you relax and show like, I got this, the more other people pick up and be like, he's got that. You know?
And I think also it comes along with having your own business because we're both kind of trying to do this thing on our own. You know, like you're self-employed. I'm trying to be self-employed. Like you don't have someone telling you what to do or showing you how things are done. Like you are constantly every day.
Yeah.
Just, you know, being like, oh, I'm going to make a mailing list. I can figure that out. You know, you have to be confident about it. Like you have to be confident that it'll work out and that you can figure it out and that, you know, you want to build a website. Okay. Like learn to code or hire someone. Like
for sure.
I think it comes along like with both of your jobs, you know, like all aspects of your jobs.
Yeah. So you fake confidence through my sister's house.
Yeah. I mean, I was scared. It's more so for design. It's not so much like I'm scared that I can't do it. It's more so I just want them to be happy. Like, I really want them to be happy.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like I don't want to disappoint them. It's more like a disappointment thing, not wanting to disappoint. Because I don't think that I could, like, really screw up.
Yeah.
I just want to give them, like, what they want.
You want to give them their dream house.
Yeah. So you have to, like, just get in their head. And you have to ask the right questions.
Well, my sister loves her house.
Yeah.
And, like, loves the design. I mean, you guys did, like, the living room and picked up other stuff. But yeah, she's really excited about it. She's super... You know, she's all at home with her place. So if you guys want to see my sister's place, go to Mimi's channel, because hopefully you'll have a video up here soon.
Yeah, I didn't get a full video of the end, but while he was up there in Portland, he just got... Because she got a few more of the bigger pieces that were delivered, so...
Yeah, so if you go to Mimi's channel, I'm trying to get her to post more on YouTube, but...
It's not that I don't want to post on YouTube, it's just that I just don't want to... I don't want to bore people. And I feel like... Like, I've been sitting in this room, like, just sitting in this room, doing the same thing every single day for so long, and I'm still doing it with you. And it's just hard for me because, again, I don't want to disappoint people. So it's like, you know, if I'm in New Zealand, like, that's fun for me to film because I'm not just sitting in my room. And if we go to wherever you get a contract, like, I would love to film because my parents haven't seen that. But, like, everyone on my channel has seen my room. Like, they've seen my bathroom, they've seen my room, this is where I work, this is where I do everything. I usually go to the same coffee shops, like, you know?
Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah, people do like getting into routine. I mean, look in Germany. How many videos did I film in the same gym and the same training field and in the same tiny German apartment? But I understand, like, and at the same time, like, what's right for my business or right for my thing is not the same thing as yours. We talked about this. Like, you want more of a blog. You want more of a interior design blog.
For you, I think it's more about people being involved in your life and you. Mm-hmm. And for me, I feel like it's more, I want people to be obsessed and involved in
your taste.
My content, like my website and my Instagram. Like, that's what I truly care about. And as a person, I feel like I'm not, like, I don't want to say not interesting, but, like, I don't have as much going on right now, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Because, like, you, like, for what you're doing, like, you're building up yourself and your career and your body and your health and everything. So when you're at home in Germany, you have a whole meal plan. You go to the gym every day. You train. You work on whatever. And that's what they're watching. But for me, what I'm building are these online platforms, and you can't watch, like, that's not something that you watch.
Yeah.
Like, for me to show them what I'm doing is, okay, I'm on the computer, and then an hour later, okay, I'm on my phone, I'm on my computer, I'm on my phone. Like, what I'm doing is not physical right now.
That's true.
I want it to be in the future, but it's not.
Maybe you should do, like, a bodybuilding program then.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it on the side, just to have something to show.
That's funny. No,
you know what I mean, though?
No, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Because what you're doing, they can physically watch the transformation. And for me, it's more the back end. It's more online.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, I do want to have my own company, and I want to have my own products and my own whole line of home furnishing and everything, but right now, it's literally I'm on my phone and my computer.
Yeah, and it's growing. Like we were talking about your website growth. It's been like you start off getting like 150, people on your website per month, unique visitors. Then went to 200, then 250, then 280. And how many are at for this month now? And
like 360.
360 on October what? 19th. 19th today.
19th.
Yeah. So 360 already.
The milk I used in your coffee was for the 17th.
It's okay, I won't die.
Okay. I feel really bad now.
You can have milk forever. It's
all right. I'm holding you to that.
I don't believe in expiration dates.
Or vitamin C, apparently. One thing that I think would be good to talk about that has to do with what you were just talking about is you texted to me, and I hear you say it all the time, but what do you say, like, when you track it?
Oh.
You always say, like, I'm a firm believer in what gets tracked, what gets...
Yeah, you're close.
What gets tracked.
gets done.
Gets done.
Yeah. What gets
I
tracked.
can never remember that.
It was huge for me. I think I heard it in like high school.
But it's true.
And it was like a mentor. His name was Matt Atencio. He's honestly one of the guys who put me in contact with a German scout who got me over in Germany. But this guy, Matt Atencio, was awesome. And he would tell me all the time, it's like, look, your training's good. Your workout programs are good. You know, it's not bad. But he's like, you need to realize what gets tracked gets done. So if you want to increase your weight, because I was a stick.
I'm sure you just took that and were like, okay,
yeah,
got it. And you just like
100%. I put it on my wall, on my like whiteboard and all this stuff. But he's like, if you want to increase your weight, he's like, how many pounds have you gained in the last 3 weeks? How many calories are you eating? What's your weight? Are you increasing in weight on these exercises? Are you doing progressive overload with your training?
So he's the one responsible for your craziness.
Yeah, and then that, like, it literally flipped a switch that it still is flipped on in my head. And I was like, it's true. I have no idea if I'm gaining weight over the last 3 weeks. I have no idea how many calories I'm eating. And all of a sudden, I literally started tracking it. And it was like, it wasn't even the same. Like, it was ridiculous to see the difference between the 4 weeks after I started tracking from before. And I just took that theory and I ran with it from my calories to my weights to my training to the amount of reps and sets and everything, all this stuff. And then even for my business, to growing Instagram, to growing YouTube, to the YouTube videos. I am a huge person on analytics, about tracking it and seeing the growth.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say too is, like, in this day and age, I sound really old, but like, in this day and age. No, in my day, we didn't have that. But there's no excuse not to track, because there is so much information out there. Like, even with just like yourself, like, you can look at the health app on your phone and see how many steps you took that day, how many stairs you climbed, what direction you were going, how many calories you burned, and you don't even know that you're tracking this, and you are.
Yeah.
And same with like my website, and everybody uses different hosts and stuff, but for mine, there's like a stats button, so I click that. I can break it down any way I want to. I can see how many visitors visit my page every single day, down to the minute or the hour, where they're located in the world, what they're clicking on, and like how long they're on there for on each click. It's like you really don't have an excuse not to take advantage of it.
It just shows, like, because then all it takes is you did that one blog post, and you literally said to me yesterday, you're like, wow, when I posted the Amazon blog post on my blog, I got 62 unique visitors that day. People really liked that. And I was like, then make more Amazon posts like that.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because it can totally change your mind about things, because I was scared to post that because I didn't want to annoy people with like Amazon, but I'm just amazed over here that you can get this stuff on Amazon. So I enjoy making those posts, but I almost like was scared to create it. And now that I know that people are actually interested in it, it changes my outlook on it.
It's like, I made a video called like the lactic acid myth, I think.
Yeah.
And I spent so much time on it. I thought this is going to be it, because it's a big video. It's about how like everybody thinks that lactic acid is what causes soreness, and lactic acid is staying in your muscles for long periods of time. And it's wrong. Lactic acid is that burning feeling that you get that makes you go, ow, I need to stop. And then as soon as that burning sensation goes away, the lactic acid dissipates in your muscle.
Away, yeah.
And it was like, I just thought it was a great video. Most people didn't know. I posted that video, I think like 11,000 views total now.
Really? Yeah. I remember you telling me like, this is it.
Yeah, this is the video that's going to go viral. And you know what's funny?
This is why it's so good to track stuff, because videos you don't think are going to go big are huge.
Shaved
like
legs
your shaved legs one. Like some huge news outlet like wrote an article about it.
Washington Post.
Yeah, they used him as a credible source of evidence.
Yeah,
his
an expert opinion.
Yeah, expert opinion. We were both like laughing about
little
that.
do they know that I'm just a random boy out here. Yeah,
but it's kind of funny. Like sometimes you don't really know.
Yeah, and YouTube's easy to track it because it shows you how many views and how many likes you have. But everything you can track, and I saw that, and I'm like, and you start to realize it's like, wow, because not many people are going into Google and going, what is lactic acid, and why is it a myth? What's the myth behind lactic acid? But tons of people are going to YouTube and go, why the heck do pro soccer players shave their legs?
Yeah.
And so it made you think about it, and then now I can title my videos slightly better to get more views, to reach more people, and just expand my channel. And I don't think
that's considered clickbait at all.
No.
I think finding what works is just it's a business strategy.
Yeah, but I'm huge on that. What gets tracked gets done, and even for like business too, like not even just business, but like talking further, like even for revenue and your sales and all this stuff, like for programs and everything, I have noticed that once you really track it and you see that you're having a bad month and you see like, oh, my sales are down, it makes you kind of like subconsciously be like, I need to post about that more. I should make a little bit more Instagram posts about this. I should do this. And it helps you improve because you don't want to see your trajectory start to dip. But if you aren't tracking it, you don't know if it dips. And then you just kind of keep going on with your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So what gets tracked gets done. I'm a big believer on that.
If I could remember how to say the phrase correctly.
Yeah, if I could say the phrase correctly.
Track it. That's what I say. Track it.
But yeah, that's what. And then, so we still have to. We're going off tangent. But so you worked at my sister's house, and you flew back here, and then you've just been building your blog posts, and it's been growing and all that stuff.
Yes.
For the future, I'm going to talk about this off season for both of us. The future, and I've talked a little about it in YouTube videos, but the future, our plan basically is to pretty much be down here in San Diego. We're going to be training. I'll be training almost every day. Mimi's pretty much coming out to the field.
I train too.
Filming. Now become Elite's in a position where I can start, helping you out for helping me out, which is great. And then, so I feel like it's nice to do that. Like I feel like I'm finally being able to reward your efforts that you're putting in.
Yeah, but I just honestly enjoy it's almost that could be to a fault too, but like I want to see your business succeed so bad that like I will go out there and do whatever you need for however long and then come back and be like, okay, what do I need to do now? Yeah. But like I love it because I want you to get the views on the video. Like I want you to have good angles. Like if you hired some like random kid to just come film you, like I would the whole time I would. Did you just see that? It just did it.
Oh, your face twitch?
I have a twitch. If anybody knows what it is, please tell me. When I start talking, it's usually in public.
Schizophrenia.
It's some weird like muscle twitch on my face. I don't know, but
it's twitchophrenia.
Twitchophrenia. Here's a replay of it, slow motion. No, I've googled it. It scares me what I Google.
Google that stuff.
Yeah, it's not good. But I would be nervous if somebody else was doing it because I'm such a perfectionist. Even like when you're like, actually you do totally fine when you film yourself, but like if other people are filming, I'm like, I should be out there, like it will be really, honestly, really hard for me when you start hiring people. Yeah, like that will be. Well, really
that's why I said that silver play button over there, my plaque for 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, this is just as much yours as mine. Like,
yeah, but no, that's yours.
But yeah, so basically we'll just be filming and training, and Mimi's will be working on a website, and there's definitely some stuff like lined up for next year for contract wise, but. Now it's just, it's the waiting game of waiting for stuff to pan out, waiting to see how much budget is left, waiting for your agent to contact the team. So yeah, I'm feeling good, and you're feeling good. Everything's going well with your blog. So we'll just keep grinding away, working every day.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? It's like when you are starting your own business or like starting your own venture, whatever it is, it's funny how much the little things mean to you.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Because like when you first started, I remember when you got your first comment like on a YouTube video. Oh. You know what I mean? And that was a huge deal for you. And I remember specifically on an Instagram post when someone tagged their friend, we like jumped up and down and were like high-fiving. We like ran and told everybody that someone had tagged their friend. Yeah. Like those little moments are such a big deal, and I feel like that's the stage that I'm in. You know, like I got someone that messaged me and said something nice. And it was the first time that I had heard that certain comment, and that was a huge deal for me.
Read the say what the comment was.
Well, it was out of the blue. I was so surprised, but I make these blog posts every couple days, and I just post them on my Instagram, and then I direct people to my website. And she asked if there was some sort of mailing list or subscription so that she could get notified when I wrote something. And I was like, oh my God. Like, she actually wants me to tell it, that just meant a lot because no one ever said that to me before, and it was amazing. And so, like, I'm in that stage still where, like, the little things mean, like, so much. You know, even when, like, someone comments on my Instagram now, like, it's still a big deal for me because I don't get that many. But it's interesting to see, like, how far you've come. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you went from, like, jumping up and down over like someone tagging their friend in your Instagram post to now having like hundreds of emails every single day. Like it's just the growth of everything that you've done is just like crazy, you know?
And I really try to not let it become a numbers game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
Because I think that does happen to you with a lot of things, because it's a whole track it thing. Because all you see is numbers.
Yeah.
You know? You're like, it can be bigger, you know?
And I do think, like I'll read these comments, and sometimes, like, you just kind of, like, you have hundreds of comments, so I just kind of scroll fast, you know, read. And I'm just scrolling past stuff that's like, Matt, you've changed my life, you've inspired me. And, like, I'll just like, oh, that's, you know, it touches me. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I scroll to the next one. But then I, like, stop and think, like, I even thought that the other day, like yesterday, I'm like, even that one comment, like, that guy, like, inspired me, you changed my life, you helped me get on this team. I'm like, it blows my... if you stop and think about it, that means a kid's literally life was changed because of my YouTube videos. And it makes you stop and think and realize that you know, track it gets done, and that I always should be pushing for more and growing for more. And I think that's why I've been successful on YouTube. But at the same time, it's like, I appreciate every single like, every single view, every single comment, and I really try to appreciate it, because I mean, it's crazy. I remember where I started, where I was so excited when somebody tagged me.
Yeah, it's just funny.
It is funny. It's cool.
And it's like, I don't want to paint the picture that you're not grateful at all, because you still, like, to this day, every day you'll be reading the comments on your videos, like your new videos and all your past videos and your Instagrams. And if you get... It's a video too.
I know. I'm just checking something real quick.
Okay.
Sorry. It's about contract for next year.
I know. Okay. Well, do you want to just read it to yourself?
No. I read it. Keep going.
I just didn't want you to look bad on the video, because it would have looked like you were just, like, texting someone.
It was from my agent. Yeah. My agent.
Like, but you do every single day, without a fault, you will, like, read to me or my mom or my dad, like, some cool comment that, like, meant a lot to you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's still, like, to this day, you're like, wow. You know? Like, I got the chills from that one. Like, you know, and you star all these emails that you just want to go back to one day. Like...
Yeah, it is.
Even though, like, you know, you are bigger, like, you still appreciate.
That was one thing that was really cool when I went over to Tulsa, and I met, you know, some people who have been watching my videos for a really long time, and, like, I met a guy in the airport, and I just kept on getting, like, the same thing of, like, you know, you're like, you know, not to toot my own horn, but they told me they're like, you're the exact same on camera as off camera, and even Christian was like, you're better off camera. Like, he's like, you're even nicer, and, like, you talk more, and, like, and I was like, it kind of, like, because I try to do that on my YouTube channel. I don't put on a persona. It's just, I record what I would normally say. I just do it to the camera instead of doing it to you. Yeah. And then, so it was like, it made, like, I was like, yeah, of course, it's me. It's like, I'm the same person. Yeah. But, like, it was cool to hear that it's like, well, that's a really good thing, because how bad would it be if people met me like, dude, that guy's different, you know? Like, that would crush me.
Like, he's a dick.
Yeah, like, I would hate that. And, like, but so, like, it definitely, that was one of my favorite comments that I kept, like, getting, like, people like, bro, like.
No, people always say that. You're like, you know, you're the same person off camera, or better. It's never worse. Yeah. Maybe if you're just an asshole on camera, then you're always going to come off nice in person.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
You should do that.
I think I should, Why not? What's the worst that could happen? That camera's been going for a long time. Well, usually it stops by now. It's 30 minutes in.
I know.
I wonder what's going on.
How does it...
What?
How is it doing that?
I don't know. Is
it a different battery?
No, same battery, same camera, same settings.
Oh, I forgot. I was going to apologize at the beginning if you hear me, like, sniffling because I'm sick. It's probably really annoying.
I'm sure everybody's going, why the hell has Mimi not apologized for this?
Oh, well, you know. I just... I'm getting over it. It's been a week now.
Yeah, your immune system's crap. Yeah, it's rude.
Okay, fast forward to, like, a couple days when you're gonna be sick. Just wait.
No, because my immune system's not crap.
Are you the one who says you never get sick and then you always
never
get sick?
do get
You're
sick.
sick. I can count so many times when you've been sick.
There, just stop the camera. Just stop. Do you want to pop up real quick?
Yeah. Now to talk about the best part of this whole podcast. Jake Paul. You know what we're all talking about. I mean, you all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we've been kind of like binge watching Shane Dawson's docu-series of Jake Paul.
The Mind of Jake Paul.
The Mind of Jake Paul, yeah. And it pretty much just started like, I saw that first video. I didn't even know who Shane Dawson was. And
me neither.
I just saw
we both thought he was the same person as Shawn Mendes.
I thought he was the singer, yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, why is the singer doing a documentary?
Yeah, it didn't add up
on Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And then I realized he was another YouTuber. I'm like, okay. And then it was about like sociopaths. I was like, oh, this will be interesting. And I watched the first video and I I don't want to say hate, but I had a very strong distaste for Jake Paul and the way he creates videos.
Preconception.
Yeah, and it's like I didn't know him, but like I've popped in to see Logan Paul and Jake Paul's video to see what all the hype was about, or what all the negative hype was about. And I'm like, wow, this guy's really obnoxious. I really don't want to be like that. I really hope I don't come across as a YouTuber. So your
first impression of Jake Paul.
Negative.
You hate him.
I wouldn't say hate. I would just say I really did not like.
Really
my whole speech was about how I don't hate him. I had a strong distaste, and then you go to sum up, you hate him.
I wasn't listening. Yeah. I just remember that one part when Shane was like, what he called him punchable. Is that's what he
punchable? Yeah.
It's like, you just want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, like, it's kind of true.
It's a good word.
It's true.
My honest preconception. Is that the word of him? Preconceived.
It's preconception.
My idea of him, without knowing anything, was, wow, this guy's trying really hard to be like his brother. That's what I instantly thought, because I don't watch Logan Paul's videos, but when the whole Suicide Forest thing happened...
You're in the Low Gang.
No, not in the Low Gang.
I feel like we're every single podcast channel on the earth now that we're talking about Jake Paul and Logan Paul. That's what every podcast does.
It's okay, but it's truly interesting.
It is
because it's a whole YouTube thing.
Yeah.
But his brother, I'd only watched, like, I tried to watch his videos after the Suicide Forest. I wanted to see what he was like. I couldn't get through 30 seconds.
Yeah.
At all. So I'd only seen these obnoxious intros. That was it. So then when I saw the Jake Paul thing, I was like, oh, who's this guy? Like, I hope he's different. And I click on it, and it's like watching a mini Logan Paul. I'm like, why do they talk the same? Why do they both promote merch the same? They're both obnoxious. They have the same editing. And it almost seemed like I didn't ever think that Jake Paul was authentic.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that was him. I thought that was his brother. So I knew that there was, like, something different about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then basically we watch the series, and then the first couple episodes, you're like, yeah, that guy sucks. And then as you start to meet him and his girlfriend and see, like, a raw, uncut footage of him and what he's really like in real life, I'm like, it would be, I think now it's more of like, he seems like a really nice guy who's made mistakes, who's done dumb stuff when he was like 18,
I just want to go give him a hug.
And it's like he's come from a very broken family and tough relationship, or like
his shitty
upbringing.
Brother.
Who has, and it's just interesting to see like how that documentary humanizes somebody so much. And so I really liked it. I thought it was incredibly well made.
Yeah, really.
And the hype around it, like he was #1 on trending. So it was really cool even just to see like a very well made, from a creator standpoint, what he did. So I think, it was just so entertaining. So it was really cool.
Well, the one of the weirdest things for me about it was I didn't know the whole side of YouTube that was like fake, like a different personality on camera and off camera. I thought everyone was like you, where it's just like you.
Just show it what your life is.
Yeah. And then now that I'm watching this documentary, it's like there's a whole world out there on YouTube of people that are putting on an act.
But if you're making it like a comedy entertainment video,
like the bro science or something.
Yeah, it'd be hard to not put on an act,
Yeah.
The act they put on was just obnoxious and catered to young kids that like that obnoxious stuff and really hadn't built up like
but do you think they like the obnoxious stuff because it's there? Because that's what they're watching?
What do you mean?
Like, no kid just comes out of the womb and says, I want to watch some obnoxious douche on YouTube.
Well, they just don't have that sense. They haven't built up a sense of humor, like, over time. Like, sense of humor takes a long time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what they're exposed to is this obnoxious culture on YouTube. That's what they're exposed to. So that's what they're used to.
But you got to think of a kid. Like, what does a kid laugh at? He laughs at somebody falling and tripping down. They laugh at somebody...
I don't at all.
Okay, well, a normal
Not
kid.
at all.
Okay, not that. Okay, they laugh at somebody running into something and be like, oh, you're an idiot, or throwing an egg on somebody's head. Like, that's think of Tom and Jerry. Think of Tom and Jerry, what they did. Like, it was them hitting a hammer on top of Jerry, and his head would smash in.
We're just totally different people.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the majority of kids in the world.
I'm saying as a kid, I was not like that.
I just said I'm not talking just about you. I'm saying the majority of kids in the world. What do majority of kids in the world?
But see, I don't think they are. That's why I'm so confused.
What did you find?
Like, it's breaking my heart that that's what they like.
What did you find funny as an elementary school kid?
I liked watching Disney Channel.
What on Disney Channel?
The real life human shows that weren't like...
But the humor there is a very simplified version of the humor like that you laugh at now. Yes?
Wait, I don't get the
So, like, the humor that at that stage is very simple compared to the humor that you think is, like, from The Office or something from now.
Yeah, because now I like more awkward stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine little kids watching The Office? They'd be
like, what is this? Boring show. Yeah. Exactly. So, like, these kids, and I'm not saying, like, that every single kid likes seeing an egg frozen on somebody's head, but it's entertainment, it's shock, it's crazy. And so a kid being entertained that has these short attention spans.
I just don't want to compare Jake Paul and Logan Paul to Tom and Jerry, because that's doing Tom and Jerry a disservice. It's different.
No, it is different.
It's way more obnoxious.
Yeah. All right, well, I don't want to talk about these guys anymore.
I'm just sad that it's over.
Talk about it for 5 minutes. This is terrible. I
never
never thought I'd have a podcast and talk about those two.
I didn't think I'd spend like 5 hours of my life watching a documentary about them.
About
longer?
8 hours, I think. There's 8 parts. Each part was like 45 minutes to the last one was 2 hours. But yeah, so that's pretty much what season 2 starting.
Yeah, and this brings me to the last point.
Okay.
I'm gonna be making The Mind of Matt Sheldon. Coming soon to my channel, 8 parts. Hour long each.
The Mind of Matt Sheldon.
Is he a psychopath?
Wow.
It can't be the same as the Jake Paul one.
I'll make one for you. Is Mimi Duggar an axe murderer?
You'll have to watch.
Tune in to find out.
You never know.
It's just a 30-second long video. Just yes.
No.
Yeah. But to wrap up for like this off season, I am in San Diego, and I can't describe how nice it is to go to the field this morning and have a light jumper and pants. And
what are you, a European now?
I couldn't think of the word.
Jumper.
What is the word?
It's a jacket. A zip up is a jacket.
Quarter zip jacket. Quarter zip jacket, and I put it on. And I was like, oh, it's a little chilly when I got there. And then the sun comes up, and I'm like, oh, crap, it's hot.
Yeah, that sun came out, and it was like a heater straight on your face. It's
weird.
Been really dry.
It's weird how the sun warmed us up.
Yeah.
Wasn't that weird?
Yeah. No, but like...
There's where it was like a heater. It was like this big ball of fire that warmed us up. It was so weird.
What did I say the other day? I'm like,
and like it provided light. And it like,
shut up.
Our skin got burned.
All right, coming from the person who's watching a video about what would happen if the Earth's gravity or rotation would reverse.
That was interesting. The
like
trade
that
winds
would
reverse.
ever happen. That's
I'm not
stupid. If I was watching that, you'd be like, "Why are you watching that trash?"
Because I'd be like, "That's interesting. What would happen?" It's just cool to know. Did you know that the trade winds would reverse? That Europe would probably get colder? That Africa would probably turn into a rainforest all over instead of a Sahara desert? It's cool. But anyway, yeah, it's so nice to be down here.
We like different things.
It's so nice to be down here, though, and to be training and warm.
He's going to do a meetup. I'm saying that here to hold him accountable.
Yeah, I need somebody
to
set
up. It's a lot
up.
of work.
If you set up the meetups,
I'll set up a meetup.
Yeah, you do all the work.
I'm going to propose the idea here, and we can see what people say. I think he should do a 2-day meetup. One day is a bit older kids, like 16 up or something, and then one day is 16 under or something. Because if you've been to any of the latest ones, there's a lot of people, and I feel like there's a lot of younger kids that get maybe scared,
intimidated,
and it's hard to have a scrimmage with like a 20-year-old semi-pro that might come out or a college player, and then like a 6-year-old who loves you.
And then also the semi-pro doesn't want to be like passing and playing with a 6-year-old out there. Now I think that's a really good idea, and I also think too like. I used to think it's like, oh, meetups, bigger is better, bigger, you know? No. And then all of a sudden I got to England with like 60 people, and even San Diego. Anytime it's over about 20 people, I'd even say 15 to 20, it gets too big, and then all of a sudden I feel like I can't have a good connection with any players. I don't even know people's names, and then it just turns into like... I feel like the best is when it's 10 to 20 people. You can memorize everybody's name. Everybody's name. I can have talks with them. I can talk to every single one. Every single one can feel like they built like a... You can make fun of them all the same. I can make fun of them all. I always like to poke fun at all the kids at the meetups. But yeah, that's like the good number. So I think splitting up into 2 days from now on, younger, older, like what you said, was a really, really good idea. Yeah. So thanks for that. Mm-hmm.
Because it's that's what you end up doing anyways when you do like the half field
and then games. I have to bounce it.
Yeah, you're like, hey, everyone line up by height, because it's another way of saying, like splitting them up that way. It's just We want to make it better for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, what other way do you do it? Have a sign-up sheet? How else do you limit it? It's free. Mm-hmm. It's public.
The only problem is that you get those kids that are like 14 right on the border. And then and I'll be like, okay, I'll say like 14 and up over here, 13 and down over here. And you get a 13-year-old who's playing Development Academy. And he's like, do I really have to play with the 7-year-olds?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be strict, you know? Like, if you feel like, if you're a 12-year-old and you think you're really great and you don't want to be playing with younger kids, then whatever.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the podcast.
Yep. Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
It feels like we never took a break, kind of.
We never took, yeah.
No, I meant like from doing podcasts.
Oh, I thought you meant this podcast. I'm like, yeah, we didn't take a break.
Do we usually lunch break?
Halftime. No. The whistle just blows.
Yeah.
Tweet, tweet. We all just step out for like 15 minutes. No, we didn't take a break.
No.
And the break from the podcasting wasn't that long. It wasn't that bad. So we're happy to be back podcasting.
Yes. As always, if you have any suggestions or questions for him or whatever, just let us know. And
it's my impression of me. If you're watching
the video,
this is how you always talk.
Really?
It's always like, well, I'll just go make breakfast, and then maybe we could have some lunch later, and then
you talk with your hands when you're on the phone with someone.
Yeah, I do. I'm a hand talker too. I can't really talk shit, but that's that, and then you tap your fingers like this.
I tap on everything. I'm like, okay, it's just that noise. Like three.
I'm always like pointing and doing like soccer because I'm always like, yeah, step, back.
Do you know what's funny though?
Huh.
It's not just a hand thing. You like act things out.
I do.
Yeah, you're like, I was typing on my computer today, and then my mom called me.
Yeah. It's because I'm terrible at talking.
Yeah, so it's almost like you have to sign your stories.
Yeah.
But it's entertaining because then you're like, and then I sat down, and then you like kind of sit a little bit.
I sat down, and this crazy thing started coming down.
Yeah.
Because I had a speech impediment. I wasn't good at formulating sentences, and like this has helped me so much talk. Crap. Just messed up.
This has helped me so much talk. We're going to end it here. We're going to end it right here.
This has helped me so much talk. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate you helping me out talk. Mm-hmm. Catch you on the next one. See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.